Hello, my name is Faith Red Walker. I'm a makeup artist and esthetician in Columbus, Ohio, and today I will be demonstrating how to do a romantic bridal look with Felicia. We will be using a blush and rose theme color palette today with an emphasis on clean, flawless skin and enhancing the eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. Always, always, always sanitize your hands first. I've already done prep work, which included moisturizing and primer. So now we're going to go straight into the foundation. So I have here this cream color palette, this cream-based foundation. And we're going to go in with a spatula, always because it's sanitary, and put it on a metal palette, okay? A little bit goes a long way. I use these two colors down here. I'm just going to mix them together. And I'm going to take a flat synthetic brush because it's great for creams. Work it into the bristles. We don't need a whole lot of product. We don't want it to look cakey. I'm just going to start by just doing a nice all over color using a stippling motion, really working it into the skin. I always like to take a step back just to make sure that the color is working. Lighting is important as well. You want the light in front of your subject. Go ahead and look up for me. This is a full coverage cream foundation, so I don't need to go in with a separate concealer. If I do need to conceal spots afterwards, I can do so once I get the base on, but I don't ever just like to go in with a heavy concealer because sometimes it ends up looking not so natural. So I'm just the stippling motion, just like this, just working it into the skin. All right, so now I'm going to do a little bit more detail work. I'm going to switch sides again. So I'm going to come back in with my cream and mix that up. But I'm also going to grab my adjuster, which is in a different palette, to help brighten the under eye area. It's got all mixed up. Let's see. Oh, I've got it upside down. So based on her complexion, I'm going to go in with the fairest color. It's a light peach. The lighting might not pick it up on the video, but it's got like a light peach to kind of counteract. I'm just going to mix that right on in with my foundation. And I'm actually going to grab a smaller, still synthetic brush. Get it mixed in. And a little goes a long way with this product. I want to have you look straight up. And then just go in and gently pat it in. And I'll do the same. And then for the contour, I'm going to take it down, maybe a few extras. Oh, right here. It's more than one or two shades, but it'll still complement her. I'm going to go back in with my synthetic brush. And where her cheekbones are the highest point is where I'm just going to lay the highlight. This is where the light would naturally hit. I like to put just a little, just on the middle of her nose, the bridge. Not much, just a little. And then I'm actually going to go in with clean hands and dab in a few dots of contour. You want to find the cheekbone and go immediately underneath it. And again, we don't need a lot because we're not doing like a dramatic contour. We're just emphasizing her natural, beautiful bone structure. I don't want it to look like she's got stripes on her face. Just that it just is naturally her color. And then I'm just gonna, okay, we're gonna move on to eyes. I'm gonna take a synthetic flat brush, a little bit smaller, just enough to, you know, get into the shape of her eyes. And I am going to, wait, first off, if I go to a different angle and I see it's not blended, I just like to keep the blending going. So it's always important to check your work as you go. Okay, so I'm going to use just a concealer that we already have on here, just as a primer. She doesn't have much neutralizing or correcting to do on her actual eyelids. Otherwise, I would use the appropriate corrector. So for her, we're just going to go in with the concealer. I'm going to be close. And I'm just going to gently put some concealer. And I'm going to take it from the base of her eye all the way up to the brow bone. Okay. Now we're going to go into the eyeshadow. I like to do an all-over neutral color just to kind of set in the concealer and to give her eye just a natural like look. Always tap off the excess. I am using a natural hair brush. It works really well on powders, and it just grabs the product. And then you always want to tap off the excess because since we've already done her skin, we don't want the colors to get onto the skin that we've already perfected. So when you tap it off, that helps. So go ahead and close. And I just like to press it in, just pat it in into the eye. Using a round fluffy brush, not too densely packed, I'm going to go in with my taupey color here. I'm just going to get it on there. Always remember to tap off the excess. And then I am going to, go ahead and close, take the color just right into the crease of her eye. I am using little circular motions here just because I don't want to just go back and forth, but just kind of diffuse the color. So I'm kind of going windshield wiper back and forth, but I'm also doing little circles at the same time just to kind of diffuse the color. What I'm going to do is go in with a little bit deeper color using the same brush. Tap off the excess. And I'm gonna, remember where you lay it first is where the most concentrated color is going to be. So I want to emphasize this little area right here on down to about the outer third of her eye. All right, now to add to the romantic factor, I'm going to actually sweep a color underneath her eye. I don't necessarily want to add liner. I just want to add just a like little sweep. I'm going to use a flat brush. Sometimes I use a round brush, or blush. Oh my gosh, okay. Tap off the excess. Okay, I'm going to have you go ahead and look up. And I'm just going to bring the color. I start from the outside because that's where I want the most color concentrated. And bring it in. Okay. I'm going to go in with the liner now. I'm going to go in with the black. Already sanitized this liner. And I'm going to actually do what's called tight lining. It gives the lash line a really nice look. So I'm actually going to have you look straight down at the ground while I pop her lid open. Is this comfortable for you? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm going to have you look that way. You doing okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, look down. Client comfort is always important. And then I'm just going to have you look up just a little bit. And then just tight line, just slightly. I don't want to create a harsh line. You doing okay? Mm-hmm. And then our last step with the eyes is to go in for mascara. Now, if you, little trick that makeup artists use is if you don't have a disposable, because you never want to go in on multiple clients with the same mascara wand for sanitation purposes. So it's nice to get these little fan brushes. Get your product on there. I'm gonna just tap off some of the excess on my palette here so we don't get globs. And I'm just gonna have you look down for me. And I am going to just apply the mascara with the brush. A lot of people like this. They think it's a cool trick. And they're like, clients are always like, oh my God, I'm going in with a pencil and we are going to create little hair-like strokes. So you don't want to line it. You want to really create the shape. So I want to start right here. And even when I am lining it like this, I am still going in short strokes. Okay, so then we're going to go in for cheeks. I've got cream. I like to layer my my cheeks, so I've got a cream here. Take my little scoop. A little bit goes a long way. And it's okay that it's mixed with a little bit of the foundation because that'll just make it look even more like skin. And I'm just gonna, just because I've been dealing with black eyeliner, I just like to make sure I don't have any on my hands because that would not be good. Okay. Okay, go ahead and look at me. Smile. Okay. So I'm gonna do her placement about right here. And even though this is a cream, I like to blend it with a natural hair brush. It's like the opposite of what we've been told, but it just makes it just look like skin. And then I'm going to take and layer a softer blush on top of that. I'm going to use a natural hair brush for that as well. Pack it into there, to the brush. Tap off the excess. Because you want to have control over where it goes. Okay, smile for me. I just like to gently just pop it on. Okay, we're going to finish this look with lipstick. I've depotted all my lipsticks. Lip brush, I always go in with a synthetic. This is one cream product that doesn't really go on well with a natural brush. Okay, and I'm going to let her take a look. Before I set it, I'm going to grab this mirror.
Looks amazing. Looks amazing.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you. And I'm just going to go in with some powder, neutral powder. Step back, make sure you don't need to do any last adjustments. I think it looks great. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to give you this demonstration of a romantic, rosy bridal look.